Today is Friday, August 22nd, 2025. I'm Sweets. This is Sid. This is the Friday Recoup Weekly Recap, where we spend an hour talking about what we shipped this week and planning going into next week. We'll kick off this meeting how we always do. In one word, Sid, how are you feeling today? And in one sentence, what do you need today?
How I'm feeling today. I was feeling good. Now I'm feeling a little flustered, but I'm back. And then what do I need today? I need these deals to go through, bro. I have some deals on the table. We got to get them going.
I'm excited to hear more about those during the call.
Yeah. Talk to me. How you feeling? What's your word?
Feeling overstimulated. And I need to reassess credits and how we've done so far. We just climbed up one of the peaks and now decide, do we keep going up this peak or do we find a different peak to summit? There's more to do with credits if we want to keep going down that rabbit hole, or if there's stuff with big ass kids or one of the other projects. Where do we start? Do you have a jumping off place, or do we go where we normally go of reflection?
Let's go reflection.
So what I have written down for goals for this week, my goal was credits, a progress bar, and to have 10 people spend 100 credits on that we can see on the founders data on the founders dashboard. And Veerball is handling feedback. I'll start by sharing the end state of everything. I'll start with the assessment on the founders dashboard. So that's on founders.recoupable.com/credits. M. Dubious has spent quite a few credits in that scheduled action that has been running up. So maybe we can do this similar to Sid. Sid had a goal of onboard 5 humans at 99 a month. I had 10 humans at 100 a month.
But the bug fucking laid up.
So we have nearly hit the goal with just Mbutius using 846 credits.
That's good.
Cassie at 1 RPM, similar situation, scheduled actions, has used up quite a few credits. Nina Wolfia used up 337 credits. And then a lot of these, so how I'm doing this is I am pulling in the latest 100 records that were updated within the past month. So it seems that the past month is the criteria that was hit. We don't have 100 records that have been updated. Anytime someone lands on the site, the second they land on the site, it will check when the last time that their credits were topped up. If it was a month or more, it then resets their credits and updates the date. That's how the free tier and other subscriptions roll over automatically. They have to land on the page right now. And so anybody that has 333 has landed on the page, but they have not used the chat since we started deducting credits. Here's you. So you've used 70 credits since you refilled on the 20th. So in the past 2 days, you've spent 70 credits. 100 credits is $1. So 70 credits is 70 cents. So everything you've done on Recoup, including your scheduled actions and your chat, have spent a total of 70 cents in what we've built, in what we've tracked. This does not include OpenAI image generations. This does not include what we get charged from Perplexity for the normal web search and for deep web search. This is only tracking LLM tokens that are coming back from the AI gateway. So anything else that we're being billed on top of that are not being tracked right now inside of credits. I've spent 143 credits. These people with 1, I think that they were updated by a different mechanism because they get 1, and that was what we used to do originally when we did credits, which is you get 1 credit, which is the wrap report that we did at the end of 2024, at the start of 2025.
Yeah.
So this is something for me to look at and see, are we still starting people off with 1 credit? We should be starting them off with 333. I have a feeling these people will roll out of the dashboard because most of these were in 7 in a month ago. back in July. July. Are there any in August? July. Here's some August with the same data, but way before I added the new billing. So I don't see anybody in this criteria that have signed on since I made the updates. I think I made the update yesterday or on Wednesday. So it would be from the 20th onward would be when we actually start tracking.
Okay.
And so I don't think any of these people are hitting that. So this is the dashboard. This is how we're tracking it.
Well, except for this, the top one is 822.
Except for this top one, it overall, really the only people that I'm seeing that are looking accurate right now are myself, you, in this Gonzalo 94 person in Veerball.
Got it.
So four people I'm seeing with accurate credits. Everybody else is either they haven't. It doesn't seem like many people have landed on the site since Wednesday, based off of what I'm seeing. Going on to the next place. Any questions on this before I move forward?
Keep going.
So from end human experience, if you're using Recoup, this is how you can see that is first in the bottom left corner. You'll notice that when the page lands, you get this little animation that loads in your credits as a little progress bar. Oi. You get this little drop down right here that shows you the same circular progress bar, your total credits and your remaining credits. And then the last little thing, if you hover over your PFP, it removes your PFP and then shows you your percentage. Your credits get deducted anytime you start a chat. Are you still able to hear me, or is that music really distracting?
No, it's nice.
Okay, so before I had 190 remaining credits, and once it finishes, we should see that these credits just automatically updated to 189. An observation, and this will be the last thing that I say, a lot of the chats, if people are on the free tier, cost less than a penny. It's less than 1 cent, and because we're tracking on 100 credits is $1, so that means 1 credit is a penny. If it is less than a penny, I have rounded it up to a penny. So going back to your thought of can we double charge, can we 2x the cost? Right now, most of the people in the free tier aren't even spending a penny on queries, and we're already rounding up, which potentially is doubling it, but it is giving us some level of margin between what people are actually using and what we are charging in terms of credits. So 333 credits on the free tier models should last a very long time. So most people, but then the question is, are they using the deep web search? Are they using some of these other things which might cost more? Are they doing Apify scraping, things that we're not tracking in the credits? Those are additional ways that we could expand if we determine that we want to continue to expand how we are charging and tracking credits. With that, I think I'll stop. You want me to talk about Veerball stuff, or should I pause there?
No. You can go. Let's go into Veerball stuff. I mean, this is great. This is a great start for credits.
So here's mine. Doing my daily Giblified thumbnails. Last run was yesterday. Next run's today at 7 p.m. We added in the delete button, which we talked about on Wednesday. Other things that did not exist that now exist is before on mobile, you did not have the scheduled actions button. You now do. Scheduled actions is now highlighted. What were the other bugs? Let me check in Slack real quick to see what he shipped. Oh yeah, now he's been doing all the cleanup inside of the tool chains. So he went inside Spotify Deep Research and deleted the description. Artist Deep Research deleted the description. Create new artist, delete the description. And then what I just said, highlighted the button, show it on the mobile sidebar. And he just shipped the same thing for the create knowledge base. So this, most of today was him cleaning up what you had said on when you were trying to navigate the tools and you said, hey, we're doing this in the prepare step and we're doing it in the tool description. Veerball has just been shipping a lot of stuff to remove it from the description so that it's now only inside of the prepare step. That is
how is he using the description, or how is he setting up the descriptions? Can you show me one?
Yeah. Well, it's all deletion of text. So you'll see that this is just -14, and he's just deleting the tool chains from the description. So before we would have this tool chain and we would have follow this tool loop, keep going until it's completed.
Yeah.
We've just deleted that text so that it doesn't confuse you. and you
Quick
don't see the
question
tool.
about the purpose of the description. That's also what the LLM uses to decide what tools to call, correct?
Yeah. So now it just sees adds a knowledge base file to the active artist by generating a text file appending. It doesn't see anything about the chain of tools that it calls. It just sees the description, like you say, to know whether or not to pick the tool.
Got it. What is like can you go to segments description?
Segments.
Yeah. I don't know if he changed that today, but I just wanted to see what the description is while we're here talking about this. Or yeah, the create fan segments tool. And then the description here is
Create segments by analyzing fan data and generating segment names. This tool fetches all the fans for an artist, generates segment names, and saves the segments to the database. If required information is missing, the tool will provide step-by-step instructions to gather the missing prerequisites using other available tools.
Got it. All right, cool. Yeah. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, and I think this is a great thing to clean up, but it's also like a great like I realized when I was the other day I was running some of the agent templates, and it was calling tools that it couldn't do the job that I wanted it to do, right? So like I would say like I want to, I don't have the exact things right now, but like it was calling segments to like find all of the artist's fans. But that's like technically not what the segments tool does, right? Like it says that does it in the description, but really segments is like segmenting fans into into the segments, right?
You said it did what when you asked it to make segments?
I didn't ask it to make segments. I asked it to like analyze my like my fans or something like that. Like
and you say call the create segments tool?
I did not. And so anyways, we don't need to go down this path like all the way now. I just think this is a great thing to think about, is like from an eval perspective, when I ask the LLM to do stuff, is it calling the right tools? If not, how can we change the descriptions to make it more clear what each tool does and the purpose of the tool?
Copy.
Cool. How do you feel Verbal did this week?
We asked Veerball to do artist does not exist. I don't think he did that one. Web result cutoff. I don't think he did that one. Knowledge base errors. Did you ever give him a chat?
I didn't. No, I did not give him a chat for the knowledge base.
So he didn't do that one, but he didn't get the information that he had asked for. Tool description, remove the tool loops. He did that one. Tool dropdown, ChatGPT ref. He did not do that one. Tasks, a scheduled actions tab. He did that one. Add new agents. He did not do that one. So we gave him at least a list of 7 things, and he did 2 of those. In my opinion, he drastically underdelivered, but we also don't pay him a lot of money. So we gave him a list, and he did 2 of the things on the list. He didn't show up every day, but he has done the 11 ticket requirement that I give for him. So I don't know. He's doing Veerball. Makes me realize that most people don't care most people aren't doing as much as I'm doing, which makes me feel like I have a moat in terms of shipping code. But it also makes me think like it doesn't make me feel very incentivized to give him a raise, but he doesn't ask for a raise. Jad never asked for a raise. Jad's no longer extending the contract. I still don't know how to manage other devs, but I do know how to ship code and work with LLMs and meet requirements that I'm given. So what's Veerball's life like? I don't know. He did a couple of things that we gave him. How do you think Veerball did this week?
I mean, I agree with everything you said. Like he did, I guess, the minimum requirements. Uh, was it going above and beyond? Like it didn't seem like it. I know there was a couple of days he didn't show up, but he did hit the requirements. All right, just an overview question. I guess we can assess next week also as how he's doing.
If we didn't, was there a task you would really wanted him to do that he didn't do out of that list?
No, because we didn't prioritize it by like that, so it doesn't really matter.
Correct. If there was something that was important, we should have marked it and communicated this is the most important. We didn't, so these tasks likely aren't super important, and so he's doing small cleanup stuff.
Yeah. All right, cool.
How was your week? Your goal, if I wrote it down correctly, was onboard 5 humans to paid $99 per month. You had a blocker of showing all AI models. I got that to you on Monday. How'd you getting your goal done?
Goal got done by combining them all into one person, which we got.
Did they pay the invoice yet?
They haven't paid the invoice, but I got confirmation yesterday that she's going to. So
you've already sent the invoice?
Yeah, I sent it, and she followed up and said we're going to take care of it this week. So
excellent, great work.
That's moving forward. Once it does, I think I don't want to talk too much on it and until it's actually paid and we're actually moving forward with it. So like, let's plan let's plan next week without it in the pipeline, and then if anything changes, we can assess if it's needs to be skewed in or if we can wait until the following week. Because I think I can start to I think I can start the process. Also, if you give me access to I don't know if this is if you're cool or not, but if you give me access to how you did it with Excelencia, is that who you did it with? If you give me access to that code, I can probably just like look through and see how you did it and then start the same process, unless there are things that you think we need to think through about the build with them, i.e. should we give them their own database and Superbase and like a tool that they can call for their specific, I don't know, just thinking through that, you know, because I think that was an interesting thought. It was like, if specific users can call specific tools that are built specifically for them. In this case, go to this database that is just my community and find me fans and stuff. But all right, we'll worry about that later. The other thing is, I spoke with so many people this week. I must have had like 20 calls with people. So I have like a bunch of feedback notes from everybody, but everybody's like loves the shit. The big blocker right now, not big blocker, but I think the next thing that would move my goals forward is if we made it easier to sign up for the $99 a month tier with the free trial in app. Current, I send them a separate payment link. Once they do it, I then say, email me when you've done it, and then I'll set up your account for you. And so there's a lot of friction between the time it takes them to leave the call, me sending them doing thing, like to even just get to the place of using the app on that tier. There's like a lot of friction. And so I've sent a couple people emails this week, and I'm going to send more later today of like, great call. Here's the payment link to start your free trial. But then I just have to like hope that like they sign up and then hope that once they sign up, they're not expecting to use it immediately. So I think the easiest route would be replacing the current module of sign up for Pro to be sign up for this other product in Stripe, like the free trial $99 a month one, right? Like, and then that way I can just direct them to the same way I was directing them to the $20 one, but just direct them to the 99 and free trial one. So just basically swap those. That would be making it work. Yeah.
Copy. So replace the Pro sign up. We'll keep everything the same and just change the link that people see. This button that's now gone.
I think it's gone because you're on Pro.
Well, it's gone for me when I'm signed in, and when I'm signed out, it doesn't show.
The only other or the extra lift on this would be putting the module here when you log in, just giving them the option to like stay on the free plan or try the Pro with a free trial.
You mean add a new blocking pop-up when people sign in?
Yeah, but I don't want to overcomplicate this. If the easiest and like next steps is to just replace this with the other one.
So keep everything the same, and just when you click the button, change this to say 90, and then when you click activate.
Yeah, or instead of activate your AI agent, just we'll make the button say start free trial. Wait, hold on. Let me Rue's barking. Let me just put him outside for a second. I think he has to go to do a poops. All right. Sorry about that.
So you want, when I click this button, it opens up the subscription for $90. It's $90, right? Not 99.
It's 99.
It's 99. So it opens up your payment for 99 product. We want this button to say start your free trial or start free trial.
Yeah, they're free 30-day trial. Start your free 30-day trial.
Start your free
Forgot about this pop-up. This pop-up is beautiful.
30-day trial. Okay. This price should say $99. What else needs changed on this pop-up? Keep all this the same?
Yeah, you can keep it all the same for now. Once you have it, I can go in and edit things, but the most important thing is connecting the right subscription.
Okay, so I'll ignore any type edits like on this and on the pop-up. I'll let you handle those, and I'll just focus on getting the actual payment flow plugged in.
Yeah.
Copy.
There is, I think there's you'll see it in Stripe. It's the 99, it's the Pro with free trial.
Copy.
All right, cool. And then what else this week?
Our monthly goals are, yours is one enterprise at 5,000 a month. Mine is 10 power users and success metrics for new features. Is I doubt you have fixed the founder's dashboard to accurately track power users, right?
No, we need to decide what we want that metric to be.
Okay.
Right now it's the same thing that it was last, which is using 5 times a day, every 5 times out of the 7 days a week, or the same percentage over the last month or quarter, etc. So like, what is it, 70% usage?
Sounds about right. Yeah, 60, 70%.
Yeah. So we just got to decide if that's what we want to consider a power user, or if we want to lay off of the wheels there. There's a part of me that feels like I just read a couple articles about a bunch of the AI companies right now are tracking by weekly user rather than daily user. And I thought that was interesting that we're trying to track daily, and they're like reporting success metrics of weekly users, which makes me feel like it's because of an adoption thing, and the majority of people don't know how to use AI daily, or like it's just not a part of their habitual workflows. So I don't know if we want to follow that based off of like something that you said earlier this week of like follow the current. Don't try to differentiate yourself. If that's what everybody else is doing, it's probably the correct way to do it. There's the other side of me, which is like, I mean, how do we track? Like, we eventually want this to be a part of people's everyday workflow. So yeah, I don't know, but at the end of the day, it's your metric. So, or it's your thing. So however you want to track it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll update that this week. I'll update this metric so that it's actually tracking and showing stuff, and I know how it's working, because this seems to always show 0. So I'm gonna update this so that changing the toggle doesn't do anything, and this just shows power users. Because I don't know if I trust.
Yeah. Did you go into? Oh, you did. You saw my vibe code. Don't judge my vibe code, bro. Did you see my 2,000 line conversations?
I saw a lot of stuff. Did I send you too many messages about it?
No, you sent me nothing, and I was literally, that was worse, Sweets, because I was like, I felt the judgment from behind the screen, and I was like, don't judge my fucking code, bro. I know what you're doing right now.
I didn't say anything. All that I said was that it was missing an env variable for me to get.
So funny. Oh.
Also, this coming Wednesday, it is my vacation, so I'm coming up to the States on Wednesday until the following Wednesday. So this week for me will be a short week.
Cool.
So the question is, what is the biggest thing that we could be what is the one thing such that by doing it everything else becomes easier or unnecessary, regarding our goals of 1 enterprise customer at 5,000 a month, 10 power users? Those 2 goals, what needs to be done to make that happen? 10 power users, I don't know if we're tracking it correctly right here, so me making this metric so that we can actually see it is going to be helpful.
Yeah.
Your side, you had said $99 in updating this so that we're routing people into our new tier is the most helpful for you. What is more important than either of those 2 tasks for helping you achieve your goal of 1 enterprise customer at 5,000 a month?
Nothing is more important than that payment link in app. Because then I can send them to it during the calls. I can say, go to this, click this button. Okay, cool. Now you're on Pro. It's a free, like your trial is now set up. The other thing that I think might be illegal is that we need to make it easy for them to cancel their free trial. But it should, like, I have no problem with just setting it up so that like it just, there's like a, on the account page, it's like links them to the Stripe to like cancel their shit, like the Stripe whatever. Like, so we don't need to build out that whole thing. Just make it really easy to cancel them through Stripe.
How would you like people to be able to cancel? What would be the human experience here?
To cancel, or like to cancel their membership.
Correct.
They go to their accounts, like they click the credits account thing, and then on there there's a link that's to go to billing or something.
On this drop down or in profile?
Oh, look, there's 2 X's.
There are 2 X's.
Oh, trippy. I think on the, like when you click it, that let's put it there, like a billing link.
And when you click it, it opens up a Stripe link where they manage
your account from the Stripe.
If they're not, so if they're subscribed, it takes them to where they can manage their subscription. Hopefully Stripe gives us a page like that. If they are not subscribed, what happens? Do they not see the billing button, or does clicking on the billing button do something else?
Yeah, I think if they're not subscribed, they don't need to see the button. And I know that Stripe offers that. I've seen it in a couple other apps where you manage billing through Stripe and their portal.
Stripe has built a very good product.
I mean, yeah, they've fucking, this stock price reflects it.
Stock price reflects it. Yep. My list so far: Pro sign up, change button text, change price displayed. Those are 3 things related to the same thing. Dashboard metric, update it so that this is showing power users. In this drop down, add a billing tab where people can go to manage/cancel their subscription.
There's 2 things that I think. I mean, there's well, if you're
going to keep growing.
What?
I give you enough time, and you're going to say there's 5 things, 10 things.
Yeah, like 1,000%. No, but I think like depends what Veerball can and can't do. But I think we need to fix the bug with scheduled actions, because if you're gone and one thing starts going, like, we're fucked. So
the loop that's happened today.
Yeah.
Let's talk through it. What do you think is the thing that we need to fix there? Do you have any hypotheses or action items? I guess maybe let's start with the root problem. Start with the problem and orient around this. What is the problem, if you had to state it succinctly?
The scheduled action tool is being called in the prompts of the scheduled act, or in the prompt of the scheduled action. So like it's like, I think like this user calls scheduled action in their prompt. Then LLM rewrites that prompt in scheduled action, right? When it rewrites it, it's also adding schedule action in the prompt of the scheduled action, which is then triggering that thing. I have a couple examples I can show you. I saved the chats. So
go ahead and show me.
So this is Casey. This is Casey's.
From one idea.
And so what we can see, it's like the prompt that is being saved is not the prompt that the user, it's not like a simpler prompt of the user. It's like let me see, new uploads, YouTube. Well, actually, let me screenshot one of Lou's. All right, let me see. Here we go. Okay, cool. This. So anytime, like Lou's was the one that we had to cancel because he was doing it every fucking time. And the prompt that got saved was every day at 9 a.m. compile, like it was included in the prompt. And so it seemed like what happens is every day at 9 a.m. it makes a new scheduled job as well as runs that prompt. And then over time, it just started to get like have that 100 in the queue thing. I think that's my hypothesis of what's going on with scheduled actions. Whereas if you compare them to ones that are not that were working and not mutating, whatever you want to call it, they were just like much more simpler prompts that didn't include times or anything like that. Like anything that like had like jobs with time like these things, it was like they were the ones being multiplied. I can send this to you. This is all of his scheduled actions.
So the problem is that tasks create other tasks recursively. It calls itself.
Yeah. It seems like that's the problem.
Is there a situation where anybody would want a scheduled action to create another task, where someone would want a task to create another task?
It's so interesting because I was thinking through, I can't imagine, I have not thought of a reason. The only other reason I would think is if it was an agent calling another agent to call another task. But like, I don't know if it would be reoccurring. And so, yeah, I see what, like, I think there's probably a world in which there is value to that. I just don't know if it's part of the end user experience to get emails, like, you know, so yeah.
Because one solution is we have two different API endpoints. One is for what we use in chat, which is where people actually create their scheduled actions. That is just chat. And then there's another one in generate, which is generate is called by the worker, our task execution. And what we could do is we could, inside of this chat config, we can just, we could do something like generate ... and then tools are, and then we just get rid of the scheduled action, the create scheduled action tool. That way, that when the worker runs, it doesn't have that tool available to be able to create a new scheduled action. So the prompts can still be the same. The prompts can still try to say, do this every day at 9 a.m. And it just doesn't have a tool to be able to create a new scheduled action. It can still edit, it can still delete, it can still do every other tool. We just, for the worker, we have tied its hand behind its back and removed the ability for it to create new scheduled actions. That's why I asked, is there ever a reason that we want a task to create another task? Because if the answer is no, the easiest and lowest lift is limit the tool set and remove the tool that we don't want to be called so that it can never be called. If we do see a case where it's valuable and we still want that composability inside of tasks to be able to create other tasks, let's think through a different solution than this.
Where's the prompt for the schedule? Okay, wait, let me rewind. I agree with you. My hesitation is that if we don't also update the prompt, then we can tie its hands behind its back, but will the user then get an email that also includes like, I couldn't schedule the second job because I didn't have the tool call to schedule action. And like, will the LLM explain that it couldn't do what it said it, or what the prompt required it to do?
What is an example case where you have seen that bug in production today?
Where the LLM says it can't do things, or it tells the user its limitations.
In a task. So we're talking specifically about tasks right now. Where's an example task where its execution has resulted in the human being told, I wasn't able to do your task?
Give me a second. let me see if I can show it. I don't know if it's the exact task, but let me see. So where is Nick? Okay, so Nick is here. Share. Let me see if this is it. Oh, there's it. Everything. Jeez. I'm trying to find it. Give me a sec. YouTube. Let me pull up the actual thing. Give me a sec. Accounts, schedule actions. Let me find these. Where is it? What is his email? Give me a sec. Well, actually, here, let me just share this first with you, and then because can you see my screen?
Yep, I see you, Dragon and Gatsby, brand identity and white space analysis.
Okay, cool. So this is an example he sent me. FYI, I used Recoup to ask the following: how much growth has Julius had in his TikTok followers in the past 30 days? It then created a scheduled action off of that prompt that fetches the current follower count and append the value from the timestamped in the analytics data set. So like we can't, like we don't have all of this. So and it told him he can't do it, but then also this scheduled action is also going to tell him these results, right? Why I can't do this. And so that is my weary of users getting emails of scheduled actions that say it can't do what it says it's going to do.
Okay, so that's a different problem of agent saying its limitations, or how would you succinctly phrase this problem? This is different from tasks create other tasks recursively, right?
No, correct. This is different from task create other tasks, but this, like, my question was around the solution that you proposed. Will it create this problem? Right, where
if you're showing me this, then the problem already exists, right? So it's not going to create a new problem.
Will it add more results, more emails resulting in this kind of problem where the user is like, oh, I'm getting information that I can't, Recoup can't do it, enough to email me and let me know, like, unfortunately the platform couldn't give me an answer. So I guess that's the thing, is will your solution, or could your solution remove the specific problem on the bug, but also like have effects that could potentially lower user trust if they're receiving emails that say I can't do it? But I think it might just be a prompt thing as well. So like if you do what you said you're going to do, and then also just like tweak the prompt when it creates the scheduled actions to say like, don't include tools you can't use in your prompt.
It won't know that it does or does not have access to tools
until it has the
tools that it has access to, but it won't know that generate has a different set of tools.
Well, I mean, I guess like
we're talking about hypotheticals, and I prefer to. I recommend we ship the thing, and then if it becomes a problem, address it. But spending time focusing on anxieties or fears is double living the fear, one before it actually ever happens, and if it ever happens, it happens again. But I recommend we ship, and if it becomes a problem, address that problem.
Okay, let's do that.
Unless this is literally the most important thing for us to be focused on, in which case let's keep spending cycles on this.
No. You're right. Let's just ship the easiest solution and see what happens.
So the worker will remove the tool. For the generate endpoint, we will remove the create scheduled actions tool.
Yeah, and then let me just write. So, and then in order, once you ship it, the test is, let me just like send a bunch of scheduled actions. Yeah, all right, let's just run it and see what happens.
So that was one thing, was this bug. What else was on your mind?
Credits. I think you said there's a lot left to be done in credits, so just keep going.
That's the biggest one on my mind is, yeah, there's, do we continue to expand credits so that it's all encompassing? And I think the answer is yes. That's the most important foundation for us to be billing off, is making sure where we're at right now, we're adequately billing everything we need to be billing in the credit system. So outside of, we've got LLM costs, we've got gateway. So far in the past 48 hours, that does not seem to be meaningful. It seems to be like edge case, at least on the free tiers. When you run into like Claude 4 or you start using the really powerful models, yeah, a single prompt will take like 4, 8, 100 credits. But if they're just using GPT-5 mini, that's not going to use credits in any meaningful way. So what other things outside of AI Gateway are the biggest expenses that you are seeing that we want to make sure we are forwarding that billing on to the end humans?
API or Apify, Perplexity, and GPT image.
Apify, Perplexity, and OpenAI image.
Like those are the three main things that we're calling to, right? Yeah.
There's no other expenses that you're getting monthly bills on that are bigger than those numbers, other than
No.
engineering.
No, the only other thing I can think of is like Superbase and DigitalOcean, but like those are, I mean, until like agent runs are like fully autonomous, you know, for 3 days. I don't know if we have to track DigitalOcean, but we could. I mean,
then $50 a month, right?
yeah, something like that.
Probably like $12 a month.
Yeah.
Okay, very, very much negligible. Supabase is a much higher cost, orders of magnitude bigger than DigitalOcean, right?
Yeah, but I like also I don't know how we would track. I guess we could, but like Superbase usage per user.
Yeah,
That's tough.
I agree. That's a hard one to track. The ones that we've stated so far are easy. Apify, we make a call, we know how many tokens were used. Perplexity, same thing. OpenAI, same thing. Supabase is a shared instance. That one's going to be much harder to try to differentiate.
I agree. I also think that like, yeah, let's not track Superbase until we absolutely need to, because like we're adding a specific database for somebody else. Like, you know, for example, if we decide we want to give big ass kids their own table with the community or something, like as opposed to just having it in a knowledge base or something.
Yeah, I think those start to be where we just tack on top 10 paid plan. It's like those we can't forward 100%, so that's where we have to start thinking, well, that just gets added into the cost of one of the subscriptions.
Yeah, I agree. But we'll cross that when we get there. Like, I think those
for
three.
now, we have a plan to track everything except for Supabase, which is multiple hundreds of dollars a month, and DigitalOcean, which is less than $50 a month. So really just Supabase is the only real expense that we have to consider. Dev expense in Supabase. How much is Vercel?
You see? Let me see. Oh wait, hold on here. Let me see.
Supabase, DigitalOcean versus Cell.
Oh, we have Steph call at 3 o'clock. I forgot about that.
Yeah, in 17 minutes.
Okay, wait. We'll chat. Let's do that. Let's do Billy. 98.
98 a month.
Yeah, and here's what it cost.
What's the biggest expense in this list?
Fast origin transfer.
Why is it 28 here and up above it was 98?
It's just seats. Seats is the biggest.
And who is in seats? Are we still paying for Jad?
Let's see.
Can we go to settings and then we should be able to go to members somewhere? You're already on settings, so we just need to open it up again in a new tab. Members. Oh, we have 2 for you and 1 for me.
Yeah, I think this is all right.
So each of those are $20 a month. So if you're paying 100, 60% of that is those 3 seats. The rest is $40 a month, which is
not crazy. Yeah, so we don't need to track Vercel. We're good on that. So it's
okay. So Supabase, DigitalOcean, and Vercel, all 3 of those together are less than $1,000 a month. The biggest one is Supabase, followed by Vercel, followed by DigitalOcean, right?
Yeah.
Supabase is the real one that it would be nice to offset that cost. Vercel, if it's really important, we could potentially remove one of the seats. DigitalOcean, it's going to be hard to reduce that cost. Apify, Perplexity, OpenAI are big. So those are ones that we can directly bill for. The ones that we can't directly bill for, and we need to find other ways to recoup those costs. The biggest one is engineering expenses, the monthly dev costs for me and Veerball. Supabase next, which is multiple hundreds. Vercel, which is 100, and DigitalOcean. Those are expenses that the dev costs do not scale as our company scales. Supabase costs will likely continue to grow as we grow. Vercel costs should not scale as we scale. So the only out of the costs that we're not going to be directly forwarding on to end accounts, the only one that will scale as we scale is Supabase. Everything else should.
That'll be the one that we worry about when we get there. That's when we get there. I also question mark thinking through being able to track similar how we just saw like the line items of like what is costing what per person and per thing. As we add, like right now it's just the AI gateway, but like being able to say like AI gateway, this person used this many credits, but this is how it's broken down will be helpful as well.
I can see how that might be helpful over time. I hesitate to continue to make new tables in Supabase arbitrarily unless it's important. Is it okay if we start with just track all the numbers and not know if it continues to be important, then we find a new way to track it?
Yes, absolutely. My biggest reasoning for that one was just to see the perplexity costs. So I think those are probably this after AI Vercel. I'm going to assume that it's perplexity because we're doing the most. We call that tool the most in our runs to search the web. And
do you ever check, or do you get their invoices? Do you ever check in the dashboard how much they're charging you on a monthly basis?
I do not. Let me do it. I'm also paying for Comet and their Pro, so I don't think we've exceeded the cost of what I'm paying just for personal usage.
Oh, really? What does Comet cost?
Their pro, which comes with Comet, is $200 a month.
Okay.
Invoice portal. All right, our current credit balance is $2. Wait, can you see? No, you can't.
No,
See.
I cannot. Is it something you're okay with sharing?
Yeah.
If you're watching this, know how lucky you are that we build in public and we share all this data with you. Most people would not be open to sharing this. Okay, so those are the token usage. Are you open to sharing invoice history so we see what those invoices are?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, the credit balance. So here's where we're getting charged. Nothing for all these months.
That doesn't make any sense. Or maybe I gave like a lot. Let me see. Okay, so it was $100, and then we've just been using off of the credits.
So you loaded up once in March and with $100, and we haven't even passed that in months.
Yeah. So okay, don't worry.
Even using our deep web, I thought deep web research was really expensive, so I'm surprised we have not exceeded it. Does it say where we're using deep research? Do you see how high our tokens are? Oh, Reasoning Pro.
Is that what it is?
I believe it's Reasoning Pro. Once we're done looking on your site, I'll share screen to show you. Yeah, so those are reasoning tokens for Reasoning Pro.
Is here.
Sonar Pro is what our quick one is. So Reasoning Pro is the one that's more expensive. I'll pull up the pricing on the thing. What's an average number of perplexity model?
200 is the number. Oh no, that's the number of search queries. Okay, that's cool. So it tells you the search queries that day.
So how they charge, what they say is for the actually it should be a different model for deep research. There's Sonar Pro, Sonar Reasoning, Reasoning Pro, and Deep Research. Are you seeing anything that labels deep research or no?
No, I don't.
Okay. It says per million input tokens, deep research, we pay $2 per million input tokens, and we pay $8 per million output tokens. Output tokens, we're not hitting anywhere close to 1 million any day, right?
No.
Okay, so far we're not getting nearly as much usage out of Perplexity as we do with our other LLM models. And typically our input tokens are much higher than our output tokens. How high are our input tokens? Those are search queries, inputs. On our biggest day, it's only 89K. So nowhere that well within the context window of even citation tokens. Those are interesting.
It's like sources.
Citation tokens looks like it only charges for in deep research, and we pay $2 per million citation tokens. $2 per million, which means 100,000 right there is 20 cents.
Yeah.
So those 100,000 days we're paying 20 cents. If that is from deep research, which I'm not seeing deep research labeled in any.
It's so weird that it's not finding deep research. It's not.
We're definitely using the same API key, so we're in the right account. This is the account that we use for. This is the only account, right? Okay. Well, that makes me happy. So as long as we're looking at the correct account, you've loaded in $100 one time, and with all the deep research and all the searching we've been doing, nowhere close to that, which makes me feel really good.
Yeah, which also makes me feel more better about not tracking it.
I thought it was going to be higher. So Apify is definitely a more important expense because Apify has shown up. It has been something that has caused your emotional state to change from seeing the dollar amount. Here's the Perplexity costs. Usually we use Sonar Pro, which actually seems like it's higher than their deep research costs. And then there's deep research.
That's so weird.
It is very weird. I agree. I mean, maybe we should be using reasoning instead of
research.
Yeah, we usually use Sonar. We're not using reasoning.
We
then
are
we
using it though. Maybe they're billing us for deep reasoning
yeah,
instead of.
maybe inside of the deep research, maybe it includes reasoning. Like
Yeah.
maybe this reasoning actually uses the model under the hood. That's my gut for all of these deep research models. Is the deep research model is actually just a wrapper around the other models that they have with some
Yeah, which
flavors.
is and doing the thing that you already built for us, but
Right.
just with longer, wider runs. I was thinking about that too because like I was like A-Bing our deep research to chats, and like chats was like running for like 30 minutes. It gave me like a 16-page fucking paper, versus our run, which was like 3 minutes. And I was just wondering, like, or I was just there, like, it's probably just under the hood. It's just running. It's just like a lot more of those like wet depth breath runs. They just probably have 100 instead of the 3.
Yeah, that sounds right. So on my side, the things that I'm prioritizing, number one, most important, update the call to action for $99 per month so that you can direct people straight onto there. That feeds into your 5,000 per month goal. Get the power user showing a value that I know how it's being calculated and I trust that it's showing accurately on the founder's dashboard. That way I can be accurately tracking and monitoring progress on my quarterly goal. And then if I get those two things done, what is the third most important? I'll reread through the list.
Fixing
99 well, say
fixing
again.
the fixing thing.
Scheduled action
Yeah.
is more important than tracking the missing pieces and credits.
I don't know, man.
I'm going to do my best to get them all done, but I'm trying to prioritize it so that way I'm hitting the most
Yes, the
important.
scheduled action bug is because if that goes and you're not here, I'm going to literally pull my hair out trying to delete them all day, every day.
Copy. $99 DB power dashboard power users and scheduled actions. On Veerbal's side, the list of things that he has not done yet. Artist does not exist. Web results getting cut off for deep web research. Knowledge base errors. Tool dropdown. Add new agents. Being able to go into the agents tab and then add a new agent into that. Out of that list, is there anything that we want to keep, or do we scrap that for now? And if they're important, come back to it.
No,
out of that list, what stuck with you as something that's important enough to keep going into next week?
The thing that stuck with me the most is because of a call I had with a user the other day, that said like he was like, he compared our chat experience to everybody else's, and it was like, sometimes I just have to wait, or it feels like I'm just like sitting there, or like it's just thinking forever, or this that. And so like what I heard from that was like, we're not delivering a good enough UI experience for our users while they're chatting for them to understand what's going on while things are happening under the hood. And so that's my big takeaway from that. And what I think might be happening for a lot of people is they feel the same way, where they're just kind of unsure what to do. And then they get frustrated and leave. Right. So that was my big thing is there, I don't know if I need to get more specific about exactly what the tasks would be, but like, how do we enhance the user experience, so that chats are just more engaging and exciting to have. A good example is the Perplexity, like when it's doing its thing, it like has like the line with the dot and it tells you what it's doing. And like, we kind of do that, but it's like sloppy right now. Our reasoning shows 12 different reasoning steps, but you have to open them all up and you're waiting for deep. So I guess that would be my big thing, is maybe that's the main focus. And then any other bugs, obviously, but I think create agent can wait, or create agent template can wait. Cause like, that's like, it seems like it's something that might require a little bit more of a lift than things. Yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts? You're muted. Are you muted?
In my opinion, Veerball needs micromanaged right now in order to get the results we're looking for. So
So
your
instead of
response is not get concrete things. For now, I'll just tell him, I'll give him the same list of tasks and I'll prioritize it how I think it needs prioritized. And
all right, I agree, and I can get a little bit more concrete about exactly what we need to be done on the. Oh, actually, I will say I can give you an exact thing that he can do. Remove the. I guess we already did that. Like, so never mind. All right, never mind. Don't worry about it.
we've got 2 minutes before our call with 1 RPM. Anything else you want to talk about on the stream before we wrap it up and jump over there?
No, we're good.
If you haven't given it a try, go over to Recoup, where we're now tracking credits. You get 333 credits per month absolutely free. So feel free to run it up, start up some tasks, have those tasks run in the background to help you grow your music career. Make sure you give this video a like and leave us a comment on however you're using Recoup. And if you haven't tried Recoup, make sure you go to chat.recoupable.com to give it a try.